Welcome back to a new episode of Phonics in Action. Today we are learning how to decode multi-syllable words. Knowing how to divide longer words into syllables is a big step for the beginner. To help them read longer words, we will teach them the big 6 syllable rules. The sight of a long word for some students is like a tectonic shift, a massive speed bump, and suddenly everything seems too hard to read. To make it easier, we teach them to break long words into smaller chunks called syllables, and this makes the words easier to read. Let's look at definitions. What exactly is a syllable? Well, technically, a syllable is a speech unit that has a vowel sound. The vowel sound can be on its own or have consonant sounds before it or after it. The structure is onset, nucleus, and coda. The nucleus is the vowel sound, the onset is a consonant sound before the vowel, and coda the consonant sound after the vowel. The nucleus and the coda together are the rhyme part of the syllable. Now in reading, the main thing to remember is that every syllable has a vowel sound. Syllables are the part of the rhythm of speech. Words have rhythm. In multi-syllable words, you can hear the change in pitch of your voice as you say each syllable, like tectonic. We are good at hearing syllables in words. Children learn quickly that they can clap the syllables. They learn to clap once for rob, twice for rubber, and 3 times for robbery. We can hear the syllables in spoken words, but for reading, we need to teach how to see the syllables in printed words. The key thing about polysyllabic words, that is multi-syllable words, is that they are small chunks that we can decode. Now, whatever the word, no matter how long, if we remember that every syllable in that word will have a vowel sound, it helps us to break the word into syllable chunks and work out the word. Now, do we need to teach polysyllabic words? Well, sometimes students are fine with one-syllable words, but balk at longer words. One Year 7 student who was having serious difficulty with reading explained it like this. There's a word called persevere. I know it means keep trying, but if it was written on a piece of paper, it would be too hard. So in this session, we will show how to read words like persevere. Many students can read one-syllable words such as nap and kin, but will hesitate at napkin. One student surprised me by reading rain and coat, but stopped when they saw raincoat, which is just the 2 words together, and said, "Sorry, I can't read that." In this session, we show how to decode a word like persevere using the big 6 syllable rules. Do we need to teach all 6 rules? Well, the main rules are the closed and open syllable. These 2 kinds of syllables make up 75% of all syllables. The others are less frequent, but they are in a lot of words, so we should teach them. Now, for diagnostics, to find out if you do need to teach the big 6 with your students, use the phonics check that we recommend. The last 10 items are polysyllabic words. Now, possible errors on these words could include reading sandwixable as sandwind, exuded as exude, cosnov as cosen, uncabeness as inner beans. These errors indicate the words are a little tricky. Can anything go wrong if we teach them? Nothing can go wrong as long as you go at a steady pace for the students. First, check that they're secure in reading one-syllable words like shrink and trunk, street, flown. If they are, then you can start teaching the big six. Take your time, practice the rules. So, do you want to try a self-check to test your understanding of syllables? I mean, how many syllables do these words have? Now look at this list and pause the video and write down the number of syllables in these words. Magnet, robot, wafer, radar, rainbow, fantastic, cucumber, platitude, vertebrate, arthritis, orthogonal. Yes? Excellent. The answers are magnet 2, robot 2, wafer 2, radar 2, rainbow 2, fantastic 3, cucumber 3, platitude 3, vertebrate 3, arthritis 3, orthogonal 4. Right, now we're ready for some lessons on the big six. Here are some mini lessons. First, you need to give a general introduction like this. Morning, everyone. So far in our phonics program, we have learned to read words that have one vowel sound. Some of the words we can now read are quite long, like shrink and spark. They are one-syllable words because they each have one vowel sound. But today, we're looking at words with more than one vowel sound. Long words can be 2 or more syllables, maybe up to 4 syllables, with 4 vowel sounds. Now, sometimes these long words look tricky, but if we break them into syllables, they are easier to read. Now, there are 6 different kinds of syllables, and we'll just go through these. Closed syllable pattern. Now, today I want to tell you about the closed syllable. A closed syllable has one vowel sound, and it always ends with a consonant sound. In a closed syllable, the vowel has its short sound. We can tell a closed syllable if we use a special code. We code C for a consonant sound and V for a vowel sound. If the code says VC or CVC, it is a closed syllable. Now look at this example, rabbit. The code is CVC, CVC. The code tells us that rabbit has 2 closed syllables. In each syllable, the vowel has its short sound, rabbit. I will read the closed syllable words on this chart, and then we can read them together. Rabbit, catnip, magnet, chicken, jacket, sandwich. Good job. Well done. You did great. Now we'll do the open syllable pattern. So everyone, today we're looking at long words that have an open syllable. In an open syllable, the vowel has its long sound. An open syllable ends in a single vowel sound. The code is CV. For example, robot has 2 syllables and the first syllable is open. If the syllable is open, the vowel has its long sound. It has the pattern CV, CVC. Here is another example. Milo. Both syllables are open. CV, CV. It's the same with coconut. CV, CV, CVC. The first 2 syllables are open. We have to say nut. So what do we say for this word? I'll just write this up. Do we say jocking? If we code it, we see CV, CVCC. Well, this means that the first syllable must be open and the vowel must have its long sound. So we say joking, not jocking. And here are some more words with open syllables. Music, pupil, human, fuel, funeral. Yeah, this is a good rule. It works most of the time, but it does not always work. Not every word will fit the role. For example, words like camel, robin, cabin, they do not fit the rule. They are exceptions. But when the rule doesn't work, what you do is you use the Toto rule, which means try one vowel sound, then try the other vowel sound. It's good to practice reading open syllable words, like in this chart. I will read them to you. Robot, super, bacon, frozen, donut, driver. Shall we read them again? Very good. Well done. Now let's try R and L controlled syllables. Well, everyone, today we're learning about the R and L controlled syllable in long words. In this syllable, the R and L after the vowel changes the vowel sound. For example, the words hermit, formal, garden, turnip, dirty all have an R-controlled syllable pattern. The word walker has an L-controlled pattern. We always remember to break the syllable after the R or the L. Let's look at this chart and practice reading this type of word. Farmer, corner, hermit, murder, thirsty, garden. Yeah, very good. Well done. Now let's look at the vowel digraph syllable. Now everyone, today we're learning about vowel digraph syllables. This syllable has two vowels together in a syllable. Now remember, a vowel digraph is two vowels making one sound. Two vowels, but only one sound. Some examples of vowel digraphs are A-I, E-E, I-E, O-A. Those are vowel digraphs. Now, if the vowel digraph with two vowel letters is in the middle of the word, remember, it is only one sound. For example, this word, raisin, two vowel sounds, two syllables. Can you see the structure of the syllable pattern? Excellent. Let's have a look at this chart. These words have 3 or 4 vowel letters, but only 2 vowel sounds. I'll read the words: coffee, raincoat, shampoo, booster, mountain. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Very good. Well done. Now, we'll look at the split digraph syllable. Now, everyone, today we are looking at the split digraph syllable, where the final E is a marker. Remember, the final E doesn't have a sound itself. It's just a signal that the vowel sound before it is long. Now, how does the rule work? Imagine you're reading and you come across this word. I'll write it up. C-L-I-M-A-T-E. What does it say? Is it climat? Climatee? If we use the rule, we say the first syllable is open, the second syllable is a split digraph. So the word is climate. It is CCV, CVC with an E. And looking at this chart, it has some split digraph syllables. I'll read them. Mistake, inside, pancake, trombone, concrete, cabbage. Some of the words are a little tricky. The vowel sounds are not always the long sound. When this happens, you have to juggle the sounds. For example, cabbage looks like cabbage, but then you adjust it to make it cabbage. Yeah, very good. Well done. Isn't it interesting? Let's go on to the LE syllable. Now, everyone, today we are looking at the LE syllable. Now, if a two-syllable word ends in LE, the LE has the L sound. In the old days, the printers decided to spell words ending in EL with LE. They thought the French spelling was better. For example, a word like table, they thought it better to have it with LE, so it looks like the French, tableau. And that's the history of the LE syllable. The LE usually comes after a consonant sound, so we break the word into syllables like this. So you've got table. The open syllable is te, and the closed syllable is bo. Let's look at this chart and practice reading these LE words. Apple, juggle, paddle, kettle, table, turtle, middle. Yeah, great, well done. So we've done all the 6 syllable rules. What can we conclude? Our coverage of the multi-syllable words has been long, but it is a complex topic. I mean, you have to be flexible at times and use the Toto rule. A quick review of this session is that we did the following things. 1, we defined what a syllable is. 2, we talked about diagnostics to check for tricky words. 3, we explained the big 6 syllable rules. 4, we described 6 mini lessons to teach each rule. I love multi-syllable words, and so do students. They are a terrific challenge for students, and they take them to a new level. When students can break long words into syllables well, then they're ready to step up to Latin and Greek words. If you are excited about syllables, the students will be too. Hope you love these lessons and have fun.